I even wrote my poem. I didn't intend for it to be like that, but it should appeal to Yuri, and I can't show it to her. Okay, we'll just go in order. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably fair if I shared mine with her first. Oh yeah, we talked about this before, didn't we? First, does it actually matter? The order? I don't know. She doesn't like it. There's only so much I can handle, you know? Welonz, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go— Oh shit, wrong voice. I'm so startled right now.
Welonz, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh.
What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better, anyway.
Well, at least you said sorry to me. That's not something that everyone can do.
I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Same poem. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I kind of dismissed it the first time around, but I do remember that Natsuki said she made it rhyme, but then it fell flat in the last line, which, yeah, there's a lot more thought put into this poem than it appears at first glance, which I do appreciate. Natsuki is not stupid, but she chooses to write without like confusing literary devices. She just wants to get her point across, which is totally valid.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Yeah, so I wish she would extend the same courtesy to everyone else around her.
Hi, Welonz.
Having a good time so far? Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening.
Hell no, I gotta get into the club first. Yeah, exactly, I'll be afraid. I'm much better off just going with the flow.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Welonz. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem.
Great job, Welonz. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep.
That's what she said the second time around, the first time we did the poem writing, when we did a poem for Yuri. Speaking of Yuri's poems, we didn't get to read her last poem, right? Because she was all like unhappy that I wrote a poem that Natsuki and Sayori liked.
I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. And you guys have never seen me write before.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though.
I wish you didn't remind me of this.
But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people.
Huh? You didn't say this before, did you?
She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time.
Suddenly, the door opens.
Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to.
Yes.
Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
Honestly, you have the whole perfect, athletic, beautiful, smart, popular in class girl. But Monika doesn't necessarily check off every checkbox. Does she? Because, like she mentioned before, she's not good with people, and that's like a huge weakness for people who are like popular in their class. They should be good with people. That's why everyone loves them. So that one I thought was a bit strange. Before, we saw that Sayori is the one who really knows how to deal with Yuri and Natsuki, but Monika just kind of stood there and did nothing. Feeling not confident is pretty normal though, because we're all trying to fake it a little bit here, so whatever. Well, let's read it then. This is different. Isn't this different? It's different! Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper, the sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Okay, I'm not sure what hole in wall is supposed to be. Her other poem was also titled Hole in Wall, but this seems like she's talking about the club room. She can't tell if others are here because her eyes are burned. He might be me because I'm the only he in this entire game. It's right there. He's right there. Monika might not be seeing the world the way we think she's seeing it. Are the others simply poems on flat sheets of paper? Because we're sharing poems, so is each girl just a poem? Is that all they really are? To me? She's looking for a way out. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay.
Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. A lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it.
I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently, and she's not good at talking about the deep stuff. So maybe when we get to know each other a little better.
Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day.
Yes. Don't try so hard to make it perfect. Or another way to put it is, if you don't move the pen, you'll just end up with a puddle of ink on the paper.
So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Didn't Monika say something earlier about, like, stimulating her too much or whatever? As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Huh? What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
Why can't I hear that? You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have?
Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. You could say that. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time. Really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Why is she... You can be surprised, that's okay. Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. Maybe she finds it embarrassing because she's written for a long time, and for someone to just come and outdo her on the first poem writing is kind of embarrassing. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell.
What? She wasn't able to tell? She wasn't! She wasn't! Oh no, she's like losing her script or something. By the way, the skip button is available now. I wonder if I should be using it sometime? I guess we can just fly through though. And having been through new writer's habits myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. Which I did not do. Yuri's stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but practice. I also hope that everyone gives you valuable feedback.
Natsuki can be a bit biased though. Biased? How?
Well, never mind. Shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure who she's apologizing to. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Is this the one with the... Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. The one with a ghost in the street light? Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I think it's the same one. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. She mentioned after this that it's not necessarily an actual ghost, but it might be like a metaphor for something. So maybe she thinks she's a ghost. Ghost? Maybe because she doesn't feel like she stands out? Yuri seems like someone with pretty low confidence, not very confident in herself at all. Under the light. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. Breathing air of the present but living in the past.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I'm just not used to reading scripts. Yeah. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer, not at all. I'm really glad you like it.
Ah! Oh shit! I just got a text on my phone. I forgot to put my phone on silent. Sorry. Oh, I'm so on edge right now. Okay.
I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Welonz.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work.
Yes, you're trying to tell me here that when we read a poem, it's actually reflecting the person who writes the poem. Yeah, we got that. Yes, just like how Monika's poems have been a little bit, yeah. Wait, did she say that before? The subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Welonz.
No, do your best for yourself. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. I thought the music was a little strange just now. No, I think it's just the usual music. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even though they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Oh, they're gonna fight, but Sayori's not here. Yeah, we've seen this. We can't skip this part. No, but earlier we could. Which was probably a sign that that part was completely the same as before.
It's about the feeling of giving up. I know that. I just meant that, the language is simplistic. You have to struggle to think of something nice?
Oh, you know what the worst part is? Because Natsuki and Yuri are going to be like, Welonz, who do you think is right? And I can't say Sayori this time. Bring back Sayori, please. I need her. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Welonz appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh! Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Welonz started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you!
See, Monika can't do anything about these kids.
Look!
Whoa, shit, oh no, because Sayori's not here.
Me? Look at who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch! Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Wow, be careful, or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri.
That's how you tell it's written by an English person.
Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Whoa! Are you accusing her of self-harm?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Welonz hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this.
Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me, as if she just noticed I was standing here.
Welonz!
I don't know how to put this nicely, but I don't think Natsuki's accusations are baseless. But it's not like that should change my impression of what kind of person Yuri is.
She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it.
How did I get dragged into the... Natsuki is the one who, she didn't have anything bad said about her, so I want to, support Yuri because I don't want her to feel bad or whatever. Yeah, Natsuki, you're going too far. You can't just, even if she was really harming herself, you can't do that. You can't just talk about it like that. What? Do you want me to pick Natsuki? Oh, she's outside.
Hey, Welonz. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay?
Holy shit! Should we save here? Just in case? It's not gonna matter anyway, because if they want to do something, they'll just erase everything.
Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this.
Monika has some fourth wall breaking powers and she can control the game time. There is some weird stuff going on here.
We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine.
Do you want to explain anything of what's happening right now? I'm kind of getting the impression that Monika is making herself look good here, but okay. Yeah, what?
I'd be happy to spend time with you instead.
Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh shit! She quickly runs away.
Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done.
Monika, what the hell? You're the club president, do something! And not even just as club president, you're their friend, aren't you?
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Okay, why can't we see her? I'm scared.
I didn't mean it.
Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri?
I didn't mean it.
I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did.
Welonz, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want.
Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something. But she keeps glancing at Monika.
You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out.
That's her polite way of saying, no bitch, no.
I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so... Please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri.
Is that a problem, Monika?
It's not like that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Welonz. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble.
Well, we don't even have to go home. Monika! What is she up to? Anxiety. That's what I'm feeling right now. I don't know. Natsuki went home crying, and then Yuri is... We need someone like Sayori here, because Monika can't do shit about this. Disarray? I want to make Natsuki happy too, though. Joy? What? Fun? Kitty? I don't know who I'm trying to please anymore. I'm just doing whatever now. Maybe Natsuki, because we did a lot of Yuri before, but then I don't want Yuri to feel bad either, but I don't want Natsuki to be crying. Monika said she would forget about it though, so maybe she's not someone who keeps grudges and stuff. Boop. Oh, broken. I don't know anymore. Anime. It's always a good one when you don't know what. Imagination. Happiness is what I want. A massacre is what I'm getting. I don't know. I really don't know. Nibble? Cry. What if I make a poem that neither of them like? Oh well, too late now. Kinda messed it up. Hey, wait. Yuri said she wanted to talk to me, but then we never got to talk. I got so scared by that whole thing just now. I didn't even remember that part. Did we end up talking, but I just didn't see it? Or did Monika, like, cut that out? Because I'm pretty sure anytime that stuff starts happening, Monika's probably the one responsible for it. We already saw that she can step outside the bounds of the normal flow of things. I want it to be peaceful. I want it to be wonderful. Disaster is what I'm getting. I feel like neither of them are gonna like my poem today. Oh god. Amazing.